Hello, everybody. And so this is our newest lesson on uh, reading rhythms or reading melody. So identifying note names on the treble staff. So let me get my screen shared here. And we'll start out with the California Avenue song. Let me find my capo. Oh, it's on my guitar already. I knew that. Here we go. Yep, let's try that again. When the sunny weather shines or the rain is starting in the fall, then I rise for breakfast knowing that's the place that I love best of all. California Avenue, I can't wait to get to you. Riverbank, let's get going. See my smile as I'm walking down the hall. California Avenue, learning's what I'm here to do. It's language and history, science and math. We want to be successful, so we walk the scholar's path. Our teachers told us don't be late, but that's not why I can hardly wait. It's knowledge that we celebrate, California Avenue. And we'll do the Mesa Verde song next. Gonna talk about a place that's a special part of our lives. That's a special place to learn to read and play and write. Mesa Verde, where the ABCs for me are not a chore but set me free, where we can go to be the best that we can be. Oh, Mesa, talking about Mesa Verde, that's my school. There's a place in Riverbank where kids all smile. That's Mesa, and the teachers never mind us staying a while. Mesa Verde, there's a blue sky way up high, and a river that runs by, and the fog just comes and goes as the time flies. Oh, Mesa, talking about Mesa Verde, talking about right here in sunny California. That's my home. That's my home. That's my home. And I've got another song that I wanted to show you. If you're one of my second or third graders, you may or may not have heard me sing this song before. So about a week and a half ago, I came up with this song called Cranky Poodle, and it is a parody of Yankee Doodle. So I'll explain more about what parody means after I sing it. But this is a song based on a true story about my mom's dog, who took a piece of cake out of my mom's purse while we were on vacation. We had stopped at a bakery to get to because my mom likes bakeries, and she picked out a piece of cake that was already wrapped up, put it in her purse, and then while we were driving, little dog took the piece of cake and started eating it, and we caught her, and she got very angry, and tried to keep us from taking it away from her, but she was very small, so she was easy to pick up. So pick her up while she's going trying to get us to put her down, and of course that didn't work. She got in trouble. So this is a song about my mom's dog. Cranky Poodle took a ride with family on vacation. She sniffed the cake in Mommy's purse with great anticipation. Cranky Poodle, don't be mean. Cranky little poodle. It's not safe for dogs to eat these cookies, cakes, and strudels. Chewing through the plastic wrap, she ground the sweet confection. She savored every yummy bite, enraptured with election. Cranky Poodle, don't be mean. Cranky little poodle. It's not safe for dogs to eat these cookies, cakes, and strudels. Busted with her stolen treat, she never would surrender, but being oh so very small made her a poor defender. Cranky Poodle, don't be mean. Cranky little poodle. It's not safe for dogs to eat these cookies, cakes, and strudels. So I'll take some time to talk about this song a little bit. So like I said before, this is a parody song. So I based this parody song on the music of Yankee Doodle, and of course chose a title that rhymes with Yankee Doodle, Cranky Poodle. And I actually found out that there was a Cranky Poodle version of this song that already existed, and it was just one verse and one chorus. And I found it pretty quickly in an internet search, but personally, I like my version better. You might think differently, but I like this one. Maybe it's just because it's personal to me, and it's about my mom's dog, who I know very well. And parodies are just when you take art that somebody else has created and you recreate it or imitate it in a funny way. And so that's basically what I did here is I took this kind of humorous and memorable experience going on vacation with my family and turned it into a song. And so that's what we've got here. So we'll start over at the beginning again after we go through the words. What are the things that happened when I was writing this, and what happens when you're writing any song, whether it's a parody or whether it's an all-new song? Writing words for it means really paying attention to your vocabulary and probably expanding it. And I actually did learn one new word while I was doing this, but I did have to look up words a lot to make sure I found something that meant what I wanted it to mean and also fit into the rhyme scheme of the song and fit the meter of the melody, so that the words had to have the right rhythms. Starting at the beginning, Cranky Poodle took a ride with family on vacation. She was riding in the car with us. She sniffed the cake in Mommy's purse with great anticipation. So like I said, we had that cake in Mom's purse, and she was anticipating it. She was very excited about it because she was going to eat it whether we liked it or not. At least that's what was going through her head, probably. Cranky Poodle, don't be mean. Cranky little poodle. It's not safe for dogs to eat these cookies, cakes, and strudels. So as many of you probably know, There are certain foods that are not safe for a dog to eat. A lot of those unsafe foods are sweets, like desserts and candy. So cookies, cakes, strudel is another kind of pastry. You can think like toaster strudels, but there are strudels that are not the toaster strudel type, but that's just something you can think about. So next part, chewing through the plastic wrap around the sweet confection. So confection is a sweet treat like a dessert or candy, cake, whatever. She savored every yummy bite. So savored means she was enjoying it very slowly. Enraptured with delection. So enraptured means she was overcome with these positive feelings, or she was overwhelmed with these feelings. And a particular emotion that she seemed to be feeling was delection, which is that feeling you have when you are tasting something that is so good that you just you're just really enjoying it. So delection is when you're tasting something really tasty. And then the last verse says, busted with her stolen treat. So busted means she got caught. She would never surrender, or she never would surrender. So surrender means giving up in this case. So she was not willing to give up that piece of cake. But being oh so very small made her a poor defender. So because of her small size, it was really easy for us to get that cake away from her, even though she did everything she could to stop us. So I just picked her up and moved her, and she tried to intimidate me out of it, and it didn't work because she's tiny. We'll sing the song one more time, and then we'll move on with the rest of our lesson. Here we go. Cranky Poodle took a ride with family on vacation. She sniffed the cake in Mommy's purse with great anticipation. Cranky Poodle, don't be mean. Cranky little poodle. It's not safe for dogs to eat these cookies, cakes, and strudels. Chewing through the plastic wrap around the sweet confection, she savored every yummy bite, enraptured with delection. Cranky Poodle, don't be mean. Cranky little poodle. It's not safe for dogs to eat these cookies, cakes, and strudels. Busted with her stolen treat, she never would surrender, but being oh so very small made her a poor defender. Cranky Poodle, don't be mean. Cranky little poodle. It's not safe for dogs to eat these cookies, cakes, and strudels. Okay, so this next song we're going to do at the end. Well, actually, we're not going to include it in this video because I would rather that you just watch the actual YouTube video and give them the views. But I will include the link for this video in the description. So our objective is that we will read note names on the treble staff. We're going to continue reviewing that for a little bit today. We're not going to do it for quite as long as we have in the past, just because I wanted to throw in a little bit of something extra and enjoyable at the beginning. So let's point to our objective and let's read it together. Ready, go. We will read note names on the treble staff. So we're starting with the musical alphabet, which, as we've gone over before, it has 7 letters in it, and those letters repeat over and over again. The musical alphabet, much like a circle, does not have a beginning or an end. It might be tempting to think that A is the beginning of the alphabet. If it's at the beginning, that means there's no letters before it. But are there letters before A? Yeah, there's one before, and that's G. So A is not the beginning, and G is not the end, because the end means there'd be nothing after it, but there is a letter after that, and that's A. So the musical alphabet works differently than like the English language alphabet or the Spanish alphabet or the alphabets for most other languages. The staff, everybody say staff. It's made up of 5 horizontal lines, and we write our music on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The pitch of the note is indicated by its location on the staff. So the pitch is how high or low the note is, and its location. So if it's higher on the staff, the pitch of the note will be higher, and the lower it is on the staff, the lower the pitch of the note. Then we have the treble clef. Everybody say treble clef. Treble clef. And let's say it one more time. Ready, go. Treble clef. So this symbol right here goes on the staff, and its job is to tell us how we're going to interpret the notes that come after it. It's usually used for high-pitched instruments. It's sometimes called a G clef because it looks a little bit like a G. It used to look a lot more like a G. And it circles the second line, which is the G line on the treble staff. Every note that is on this second line is a G. So that's part of why this is called a G clef. Treble clef is used for high-pitched instruments such as flute, trumpet, saxophone, clarinet, oboe, violin, piccolo, guitar, French horn, ukulele, and glockenspiel. All of our music notes can be only on lines or inside spaces. So here are 5 examples of notes that are on the lines. We see that the line is going through the center of the note. And then we also have these 4 examples of notes that are in the spaces. And we see that those notes are in between the lines, sandwiched right in the middle between 2 neighboring lines. So we are able to easily recognize that they are in the space because they are in between the lines and not crossing over. And it's important that we are able to read our music. If it is unclear whether the note is on a line or a space, or which line or which space it's supposed to be on, we'll have a really big challenge trying to interpret that music when we are playing it. So if you want the person reading your music to be able to play things the way you wanted them to sound, we want to make sure that our notes are easy to read. And that means that it needs to be obvious whether it's on a space or a line, and or space or a line, and which space or which line that note is. With these first 3 examples, it is not clear at all. And this one, it's hard to know what we're supposed to think there. We have notes on the lines, and we have some tricks to remember that. So if we do just the notes on the lines, we have E, G, B, D, F, which we can remember using the sentence, every good boy does fine. And we have our song for that, every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. And then we have the other one, which is the notes on the spaces, F, A, C, E. That spells, what does that spell? I'll give you some time to look at it. And if the word you were thinking of was face, you are correct, face. And that's really nice. So face rhymes with space. And so we have our other verse for that song, F, A, C, E, face on the space. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do both of those. And we'll start out slowly with every good boy does fine. We'll do F, A, C, E, face on the space slowly, and then we'll do both of them together with the drum beat because I think the drums are really fun. So why not? So I'm going to unshare my screen so you can see me on screen. And we'll start out with every good boy does fine. I'm going to move this down here, so there we go. That way I'm not looking up there the whole time. So we're going to start out with every good boy does fine. Every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. Every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. The notes on the line spell every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. So let's do it together when we're going to start out slow and go a little bit faster. So we'll start out with your hand like this. Touch the fingertips. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. Every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. The notes on the line spell every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. And now we're going to do it a little bit faster. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. Every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. The notes on the line spell every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. And let's do it faster again. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. Every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. The notes on the line spell every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. And now we're going to go to face on the space. I'm just getting the drums ready for when we do the drums. So now we're touching the spaces between our fingers. We're going to go F, A, C, E, face on the space. Do it with me. F, A, C, E, face on the space. The notes on the space spell F, A, C, E, face on the space. And we'll do it a little faster. 1, 2, ready, go. F, A, C, E, face on the space. F, A, C, E, face on the space. The notes on the space spell F, A, C, E, face on the space. And let's do it a little faster now. 1, 2, ready, go. F, A, C, E, face on the space. F, A, C, E, face on the space. The notes on the space spell F, A, C, E, face on the space. And now let's do it with the drums. Let me get that to the beginning of the track here. And so we'll start out with every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. And then we'll do F-A-C-E, face on the space. Here we go. Every good boy does fine. And 1, 2, here we go. Every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. Every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. The notes on the line spell every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. And second time, here we go. Every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. Every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. The notes on the line spell every good boy does fine. Yippee, yippee, yay. Now face on the space. Let's go. F, A, C, E, face on the space. F, A, C, E, face on the space. The notes on the space spell F, A, C, E, face on the space. And second time, here we go. F, A, C, E, face on the space. F, A, C, E, face on the space. The notes on the space spell F, A, C, E, face on the space. Great. So hopefully that went very well for you. I'm going to share my screen again so we can continue. So we'll skip through that. There's our musical alphabet. If we don't skip any of the letters, that's what it looks like, going from low to high. So now we're going to practice identifying lines and spaces. If you had me in person last week, we were doing stuff with hand signals. It ended up not working out so well. So we're trying a different method this week, and it's going to be the same thing as what we did in our YouTube lesson that I did last week. So we're going to look at a note, and I want you to tell me if it's on a line or a space. So I'll show it to you, and I can't hear you, of course, but you can hear me. So you give the answer that you think it is, and then you'll find out if you were right or not. Although I'm pretty sure that you'll get it right because this is pretty easy. You'll figure it out quickly. So here we go. Look at this first note. Is this on a line or a space? This is a line. What about this one? Also a line. What about this? It's a line. Space. 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 Line. Space. Line. Space. 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 Line. Space. Line. Space. Line. Space. 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 Line. Okay, so next what we're going to do is I'll show you some notes on the spaces here. We've only got 4 options that I'm going to show you in this exercise, and this is going to be a little bit warm up of activities that we're going to do next week, so I'll show you a little bit. So we've got a treble staff here. There's the treble clef with the staff, the 5 lines, and here are letters. We don't normally have these letters written into the music, but I put them in here to help us get used to identifying letter names. So these are here for now, but eventually, when we get to harder levels, that goes away, and we're still going to try to identify the letter names of the notes. So let's do this for a little bit. There we are. So what is the letter name of this note? If your answer is F, you are correct. We see that it is in the F space here. So it's in the same space as the F here. Okay, what about this one? This is an A. What about this one? It's a C. What about this? And it's an E. So it's pretty simple, right? So let's do some more of these. What's this one? A, E, C, A, C, F, E, F, C, A, F, E. There we go. So next week when we do it, we'll do some of these too. Normally at this point in the lesson, I would be playing this song right here, but I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube, and I also don't want to take views away from the creators of this wonderful work of art. So I'll include the link to this video in the description so you can check it out. Yeah, it's pretty great. So thank you for joining me in this lesson this week. I've been very, very thankful to have the students that I have. And so if you're one of my students at California Avenue or Mesa Verde, thank you so much for doing what you do. I'm really thankful to be your music teacher. I'm thankful that you are my students. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. Have a nice day. Bye, everybody.